there's something fundamentally wrong with the traditional sponsors of nuclear reactors. And I think, as we talk about in the paper, it's because they haven't been particularly good at it. Clearly, the track record speaks for itself, right? Whether
Yeah.
that's because it's not all of their own making. The regulators played a big role in that, but they just don't have a strong track record. And they've also become more risk averse, right? So unless the regulators for each of these companies is really pushing them to do nuclear and incentivizing them like they've done with renewables, frankly, then nothing's going to change, right? And so that's why we need to come up with a different approach and a different group of sponsors who will take on the construction phase, because nuclear is unique when it comes to energy infrastructure. I mean, with any infrastructure asset, it's very long lived, 75 to 100 years. And there are two phases, the construction phase, and then you have the very long operating phase. You know, with nuclear, the construction phase has much more risk, right? It's much more open-ended. And if your budget gets blown out and delayed, it destroys the economics up front. So it's almost catastrophic, speculative construction risk. And, you know, so it is unique versus other energy infrastructure assets where construction is a little more certain, right? But clearly utilities cannot handle that anymore. And the people who run utilities are not being paid to make that decision. I mean, I would point out with Vogtle that, you know, they felt a fair amount of pain around that because their corporate rating was downgraded because of the financial stress from that project.